This is Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed.
Saturday on the Love Boat.
The podcast that hunts down and tears apart shenanigans of this classic TV show.
I see an awful lot of bodies who really have nothing to be ashamed of.
When laws, morals, and behavior go rogue.
She's a student of marine biology, and I know a lot of Marines who like to study her biology.
We are there.
Saturday on the Love Boat, Julie's game to join an all-male club, but she's shocked at the things they ask her to do.
Now, from Studio 109, welcome aboard.
I think it's time you and I got to know each other
A little bit.
A man gets very lonely at sea.
Yes, I can imagine.
Getting to know each other a little better. That's what we wish to do with our audience.
Yes,
I think we could really say that in a very genuine way. This is Crime Cruise Love Boat Exposed.
High season, low world.
Yes.
I totally forgot our tagline, you guys.
That's okay. I kind of, threw a little surprise.
I was like, wait, what? Okay.
Oh, anyway, this is the show where we watch and listen to The Love Boat every episode from season 1, which puts us right now into season 2.
Season 2.
Episode number 20. And we dissect each episode. Producer Caleb pulls clips that are really tomfoolery, Shenanigans.
All the things.
Immoral, illegal happenings. He finds those clips in every single episode of The Love Boat. He pulls them out. He serves them up on a gold platter to us. They sit in a little bin on our computer screen.
Gold platter.
Gold platter or a silver platter. Really depends on. Remember the silver platters, the Brady Bunch? When
yes,
they were,
absolutely.
Yeah, remember that.
I thought you were talking about some 80s silver platters on like Hollywood. Those had different things on them.
Oh, right.
Oh.
Like what the hell are you talking about?
Oh, Coke parties.
Nose candy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They used to always, because don't you remember in the movies, like in Blow, like they always brought it to Johnny Depp on like a little silver platter?
I never got through that movie.
Why
Is it worth it? Okay, I don't know.
Well, it's Johnny Depp, and I will watch anything with him in it.
I gotta be in the mood for Johnny Depp. This is Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed, and we put ourselves into the month of February in 1979. We're about to look at those clips that we just spoke about. And as it turns out, none of us remember what clips we're about to see. Now, the reality is
we don't remember a damn thing.
That Charlotte and I very typically are seeing these clips for the first time. And I'm lying to you because I probably saw these clips back in 1979 as a small child of the 70s. Of course, I don't remember much of it. I remember Charo.
Oh, yeah. How can you forget Charo?
I was going to say, how do you forget Charo?
Yeah.
We're kind of dry on Charo for most of this season.
Where has she been?
I don't know. She has about 10 appearances, I think, on this show in its full run. That means she's got to be coming back sometime soon. Also, how could you forget about Barbie Benton, who is on a number of these episodes, too? She was one of Hugh Hefner's playthings.
Yes, and that's why I love that show, Playboy Murders. Have you watched that show?
Not.
Oh, my God. It's about all these centerfolds that die a terrible way. I like all that stuff.
Oh, I know the Dorothy Stratton story.
Oh, that one's been definitely shown. Right. But there's lots of other ones.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I was getting around to. Producer Caleb, he spends the time watching the episodes. He finds the clips. He pulls them out, as I just said. I said, Producer Caleb, what are we going to see this week? He says, I don't remember. And you know what? Maybe that makes for more of a thrill
I think
ride.
so, too. And also, thanks for your honesty there, Bo.
Yeah, I know.
Of course.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
It was episode 17, a few episodes back, when we talked about Producer Caleb getting sheared like a sheep.
Yes.
Took his hair. Money.
Apparently it happens every year, right?
It happens every year for him. His hair sheared to fill pillows for small, poor children in Australia.
Yeah, he does. So sweet of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, right now I do a charity in America, so I don't help those poor Australians anymore.
That's right.
Kind of out of luck for those guys.
There's a lot of children with crooked necks in Australia because they don't have Caleb hair-filled pillows.
That's exactly true.
No, I'm just making silly jokes, of course. That's what we do here sometimes. It was for cancer.
Yeah, cancer research. Yeah, so I grow out my hair, we raise up money, and then I buzz it.
Awesome.
Go completely bald.
And it has been a little while since we sat down, and we've not asked to see Producer Caleb's hair until right before the show, like where it stands now since it had been cut.
Yeah.
He pulled off his captain's hat. For those of you not
like
watching,
a chia pet.
he has the fuzz.
Yeah.
He's a chia pet.
I like that.
Yeah, I actually want a life-size version.
I was gonna say, I remember
plaster
someone
your
saying they wanted a Caleb chia pet.
Yeah, I
know,
want a
Charlotte.
Caleb.
Yeah, that
I
was
did
you.
say that.
Yeah.
I absolutely want one, but it has to be life-size, and I want to put it right in the middle of this table.
No, the old chia
That'd be amazing.
commercials
Yeah.
were the chia commercials used to be on in the 80s.
Oh yeah,
And they used to go chia.
There's a new pet.
Chia.
Chia Pet, the pottery that grows.
Ah, yes, chia.
Chia.
Who could forget it?
Chia. I had an Alf one. If that tells you how old I am.
Oh my God,
Wow.
Alf.
I had an Alf
from the
chia.
NBC sitcom.
Oh
Alf.
yeah.
I loved Alf.
Oh hell yeah. Yeah.
Back when I was young, maybe like 8 or 9 years old, I used to love watching like Alf, I Dream of Jeannie, the Jetsons,
Yeah.
all those classics.
Oh yeah.
I was deep into
Smart
watching
kid.
it.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
This is a Facebook post from 2023. The sad ending of Alf's dad. He ended up acting in adult films.
And
Wow.
old Bob Crane had a similar path, didn't he?
Yeah.
Just a very old man in adult films.
Yeah. I guess there's like a.
I don't know.
I don't know. Is there a need for old people? I don't know.
I don't know. I know there's a need for young people. You could ask
Yeah.
P. Diddy.
You can ask P. Diddy a lot of questions now.
Right.
He should keep his mouth shut at this point.
I think by the time this airs, he's probably going to be in jail for life. Here we go.
Here we go.
All
Let's
right.
watch a clip.
We talked a lot. We talked too much.
It's okay.
Some would say we just chattered.
Wow.
You know?
We just yap.
Yeah,
We're just
yeah.
yapping.
Yapping.
Yada,
A
yada,
bunch of
yada.
old ladies or old men,
Yeah.
depending.
Defending.
All right. Well, I'm going to cue up the first damn clip.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's run it.
All right. Here we go, folks. There's Julie. There's Doc.
Oh, great. Duh.
And action.
What a shame. He was a brilliant surgeon.
Oh, he seems to have adjusted very well.
I've never seen anything phase that man. I once saw him operate on 2 emergency cases at the same time. Quite a doctor.
Well, you must have been quite a doctor yourself.
Wow.
Oh, gosh.
Boy wonder.
Actually, that name was given to me by the nurses.
Oh my God. So was he like a Doogie Howser? Was he like, is that what they're trying to make us think, that he was like some boy genius? The doc who couldn't even complete one surgery had to call his friend, remember?
I'm going to say this. You're right. He wasn't able
Yeah.
to do it without a phone
Yeah.
call. It's like there's surgery for dummies.
Yeah.
So there's this thing that I'm just seeing here. It's resurfaced, and it's Julie sort of
Flirting with him.
flirting
Right?
with the dog.
She's just trying her shot
Why?
again.
Yeah.
flirting.
I do have to say, Julie's hair looks pretty good in
Yeah,
this episode.
yeah.
It looks like it's grown out some. It looks good.
And
no,
she-
but I don't understand her.
She grabbed his tie.
She
and
did.
kinda-
In like a loving, sort of like flirtatious way. I don't get it.
She's like, "Hey, Wonder Boy,
Yeah.
show me what you got." She
Well,
almost
that's what all the nurses called me. Oh, okay.
All right, Caleb. Thoughts? Anything we need to know? You haven't.
I remember some context is he like a doctor came on the ship who I think went to school with the doc or something like that, but he like lost his hand in an accident, and so now he only wears like long sleeves in the show, and there's like one black glove on one hand, and throughout this episode you could see just how poor quality that was because you see his arm quite frequently. I don't think I put any of those clips in there, but
So
It
they were
just
just
made me
hoping
laugh.
that like the black glove would just sort of disappear in the background and we wouldn't
well,
notice.
the black glove was like as a prosthetic kind of like
Oh,
replacement
right.
hand that
Okay.
didn't move,
Oh,
and
boy. More
Okay.
sleight of hand. Here we go, folks. What is next? Who knows?
I met someone. And you think he's Mr. Right? Well, he may not be Mr. Right, but he is
There's
certainly
a
Mr.
blonde
Smooth.
woman in a bathing
We
suit.
barely met
By
when
the
he
pool?
asked me for a stroll in the moonlight. When wait till you see him, you will go absolutely bananas. Here comes Paul. Paul? Hi.
hon.
Uh-oh.
Well, my 2 favorite people finally meet.
Oh gosh.
Carol, right? Gwen's told me so much about you, I feel I already know you.
Yes, feel I know you already too.
Well, isn't this wonderful?
So Caleb, you're gonna have to tell us, did he try to pick that blonde girl up?
yes, it's
Oh.
all. Every clip is slowly coming back to me, but yes, he like they bumped into like when they were all like boarding on, and he's like, "Wow, you're really beautiful. Hey, let me take you on a date tonight on like the moonwalk. Like we'll do a little like moonlight walk."
I got
And
so
then-
many thoughts, producer Caleb. So, okay, the moonlight walk happened, and
No, not yet, because it's still the same day. And then the blonde who was in the bathing suit was talking to her best friend, the brunette.
Yes.
And like we just heard. And it turns out that same guy is actually like the brunette's fiance or partner or something like that.
Who is that dude?
A couple of things. Producer Caleb, could you look up, I don't know who the dude is, but could you look up who the blonde is as well? Because she looks super familiar, like we've seen her in shows and sitcoms, a little bit older and familiar. I can tell you who the brunette girl who she was talking to was.
Okay.
That was Donna Pescow, who had a show called Angie back in the 80s with Robert Hayes. He's in the movie Airplane.
Mm-hmm.
And Donna Pescow also was in Saturday Night Fever. She was one of the main characters with John Travolta. And I'll mention this, the guy they were talking about who just happened to stroll on into the scene, he talks with a grimace. Like his face is in full grimace. He's not a bad looking guy, very tan, very kind of, 70s hair. But a strange setup for whatever's to come next. Do you know who that blonde is?
The guy his name's Ben Murphy. He's been in a couple other episodes of Love Boats. That's probably where we recognize him. And I think the blonde woman, her name is Carol Lindley.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay.
Who's on like Fantasy Island and all of those shows all the time. She's just one of those characters that eventually would find their way to the Love Boat. What do you think about what we saw there, Charlotte? Thoughts?
Well, again, we had camera angles that were focusing on body parts. Like there were a lot of headless girls in the background, and all the men are still completely dressed. And that is just weird. I mean, you're at the pool. Well, I don't know why all the guys have shirts on. It just makes no sense. And he's a skis ball. Like I really hope that I mean, if he was already trying to pick up someone and engage, and first of all, I guess this is before like social and stuff, but like, wouldn't he have had some idea of what his fiance's best friend looked like? Like, wouldn't there be like some pictures from like high school or college or debutante balls? I don't know.
Yes, I would think so.
And also, like, you're on a boat. How do you not know? Oh, I don't know.
Well, a lot of questions.
He's just shitting where he eats right now.
Well said. Let's see if we get answers.
Looking for you.
Oh, gosh.
We have to talk.
It's the guy again.
Do we?
The blonde.
Here you are.
Please keep our date tonight. It's important. Hi. I was just picking up some magazines.
Well, don't be long. I don't want to waste this sunshine. So, Carol, where's Mr. Smoot? Oh, things got a little rougher once I got to know him. It seems that he has a girl. Ah, that's too bad. I never stopped you in high school.
See?
You were on the top of the senior girls' enemies list.
Yeah, she was.
I remember those senior girl enemy lists. We also had slam books back in the day where we used to like write terrible things about, oh my God, we were so terrible.
Was it just like a burn book from
Yeah,
Mean Girls?
it was actually a burn book. But like we passed this one to each other in the hallways of Dalton Middle School. And it was even worse because it was like an old school spiral notebook. And we would fold it over and be like, Charlotte, don't read this page. Susie, don't read this page. And it's like, well, fuck yeah, that's the first page I'm reading.
Right.
You know?
Not to. Well,
No, but I wonder why he's trying to keep this date with this blonde woman. My hope is that maybe we're all judging him and maybe he wants to meet with her to ask her about a ring or something. Like, what kind of ring should I get your girl? I don't know. Maybe I'm giving him too much credit.
You are.
Okay.
I'm guessing he just wants cheap, easy sex.
Okay.
And she does it well.
Okay, got it. Okay.
That's what I'm guessing.
Okay.
Well, I don't know.
We'll find out.
We're going to find out, yes. Right after this commercial message.
We'll be right back with more Love Boat Exposed. Go to loveboatexposed.com to send us a message, leave a voicemail, or learn more about the show and our team. Who knows? You might just be invited to the captain's table.
It's a pleasure to welcome you aboard. I'm speaking for my entire crew.
So many pleasures aboard.
So many pleasures. And we haven't seen the damn captain yet.
No, we're not even halfway through.
Maybe he's actually doing his job.
Oh, gosh, maybe. Here we go. We'll see.
I remember the first time I assisted
Lots of
in one of
bikini
your
girls.
operations.
Las Vegas showgirl, an appendectomy.
How could you possibly remember that?
Well, for one thing, it's the first time I ever saw a patient asked out for dinner in the middle of an operation.
I bet you would have said yes if she'd been awake.
Oh, good Lord. Did he just say that?
I absolutely 100% just said that.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm glad I put that clip in.
Yeah. Because that's It makes you not want to go to the doctor and be put under anesthesia. Do you know what I'm saying? Like especially when you hear about all these doctors that do weird shit to people when they're under. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not the first time we've seen or heard the doc make a joke or a comment about like his patient being under and he does something which is just played up as a joke. I feel like this is not the first time. So it's been more than once that I don't even want to. Yeah.
And I have to say that black glove is kind of shitty.
That's.
I mean, they could have at least. They could have done anything.
No, they could have. Here's a strange bit of information. That dude that's talking to the doc with the black glove is one of the stars of $6 Million Man.
Oh,
that was Oscar Goldman. That was the man behind the $6 Million Man.
Okay.
Because Lee Majors' astronaut crashes, they need to put him back together, and they put him together better than he was, faster, stronger. The world's first bionic man.
First bionic man,
the man behind that was the guy the doc is talking to.
Okay, well, maybe that's how he lost his
actor
hand.
name, but that's what's weird, because it's like he maybe has a bionic hand, because he's the man behind bionics.
Yeah. Do we see some late laser beams fly out of that sucker at any point?
I
Caleb?
wish.
I don't know.
That hand does not move an inch.
Okay. Damn.
All right, guys. Hands across America. Here we go.
Dr. Akers! Glad I ran into you. I wonder, would you like me to show you and Miss Akers around Puerto Vallarta tomorrow?
Well, thank you very much, Adam, but I think I'll spend the day lying on deck with the other invalids.
Art.
But thank you very much, Adam, for the offer. I'm glad to see that you're branching out. Part-time doctor, part-time tour operator.
Whoa, snide.
That was.
Wow.
And, dude, you're only missing a hand. You're not an invalid. You can get off the boat and go see stuff.
Well, maybe he was a cartwheel champion at one point.
Well-deserved comment, I would add, though.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Part-time doctor. Yeah, it was a good snide. I liked it.
And they also did a weird technique, which usually doesn't happen on the Love Boat. They went in for an extreme close-up on both the doc and Oscar Goldman. Don't know why, for no real reason. It's just a strange.
Well, the doc looked like his feelings were hurt a little bit, which made me happy.
Maybe that was the meaning of that whole close-up. Yeah. And onward.
Onward.
Remember, you're the one that dragged this out of
There's
me.
the blonde.
Go on. Well, your fiancé and I bumped into each other before you came on board. So, he's the man that asked me out for a date tonight. No. I'm supposed to meet him on the promenade deck at 11. I don't believe you. But why would I lie? Paul wouldn't do that. Why don't you go up to the promenade deck and see for yourself?
I gotta say this. She talks in a way that's very strangely affected.
Yes.
I'm not sure why.
I think she's trying to hide an accent, maybe.
Or plastic surgery.
Or plastic surgery. There's that too. But
yes,
this is what I don't like about these situations, is that I am a girl, and I have been in these situations multiple times, where you tell another girlfriend, hey, your dude kind of said something inappropriate, and then they always are like, I don't believe you. It's like, why the hell would I tell you? You've been my friend for 20 years. Why would I even put anything to possibly threaten it? Like, I'm telling you the truth. Get away from him.
And the other part is then if it's proven to be true, it's their fault.
Oh, absolutely. It's always your fault. Absolutely.
Oh, man.
You did something, you said something, you looked a certain way, something. And it's like, maybe it's not my fault. Maybe you're just dating a scumbag.
Speaking of fault, producer Caleb, have you ever found yourself in a position like this, being the man in between two ladies, being like a ping pong ball like that?
No. But there was this one situation when I found out that this lady had a boyfriend, and I was not okay with that. And I went to the boyfriend and I apologized to him. He was out of state, so I sent him a message. And his response was along the lines of, I believe my girlfriend and I know she'll do the right thing.
The reverse of what you just said.
No, I was like, bro, I'm telling you that she is cheating on you.
Right.
And I've given you like details of what we've done and everything and like dates and stuff and stuff we've like done together. And
you had receipts, Caleb.
He goes, I know she'll make the right decision in the end. I believe in her. I'm like, dude.
He's a pussy. I wouldn't date him anymore anyway.
I don't think they're together anymore.
Yeah,
Pretty sure. So, fair enough.
Fair enough.
Darling, It's just something Dr. Akers said. I don't think he's very impressed with the job I do here.
Why do you care so much what Dr. Akers thinks?
Oh, Gopher, the man was a giant. You could fit my whole career onto his thumbnail.
Well, hey, you're a giant in your own right.
Oh, God.
Oh, she's cozy.
On every port we've ever anchored in, there are women who speak your name with odd whispers.
What is going on?
I feel like she was like a cat just now rubbing up on him. And she was like, oh, you're a giant, all right. Like, we didn't see where her hand went, but she was really close to him. And I don't think the doc has anything giant. I'm sorry.
He has giant black socks.
He
pulled
has
up to his
giant,
knees.
yeah, he does, always. He has that for sure.
He has a giant ego. That's for damn sure.
That's for too. At every port we dock, women sing your name. I'm surprised he doesn't have syphilis.
I don't know. He did get off the boat in Puerto Vallarta that time.
Yeah.
He had to go to the clinic, so they
He
never really
did have to
said
go to the
why.
clinic, yeah.
It feels like the show is building up in season 2 towards some final betting of the doc and Julie.
I know, that's what I feel like I'm watching, like a slow train wreck. I don't know. It's probably before the poor girl ended up in rehab. This is probably what happened. She was like, this.
Wow. Any thoughts, producer Caleb, or do you just want us to roll?
Let's just keep going.
Right.
Maybe I'll find a bridge game that's shorter hand.
Oh, the man with one hand is doing jokes at his own expense.
Yes.
Handed his lady a flower, and she sees he's in crisis.
Oh, that's right.
She's...
Is she addicted to drugs?
Oh. Hi, I was wondering if you could refill this prescription for me.
Yeah, let's have a look.
I've been having a little trouble.
Controlled substances, I bet.
This was just filled a week ago. 50 pills.
I spilled them in the sink. They got a little wet. I had to throw them out. It's very clumsy of me.
Oh, well, nobody's perfect. Do you mind if I get them to you a little later?
Oh, never saw this happen yet on the Love Boat.
No.
She has a little bit of a pill problem.
Yeah, she does.
Well, let me tell you, her excuse was a good one. I've used it. So she definitely knows what she's doing. However, I don't know how comfortable I am knowing that the doctor has narcotics on the Love Boat in his office.
Well, he probably has just like what I'd call nervous pills. And what would be the pill back in the 70s? Valium, right?
Or Quaaludes.
Mother's Little Helper.
Yeah, but she looks like she's into like a situation where she needs them.
Sure.
So I'm sort of thinking it's probably a pain pill. What do you think, Caleb? Or do we ever find out?
I think I have a memory of what it is, and I don't want to spoil it just in case there is a clip.
Yeah, okay.
It's got to be a controlled substance, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
And the way, if anyone's not watching this, the way it went down is the dude's like doing this big self-pity thing. He leaves, and she immediately runs to her pill bottle and sees they're empty. Like she needs to deal with him with pills.
Right.
Well, not only that, but before she runs to her pill bottle, she opens up like another little container. So she's hiding those.
Oh, yeah,
pills,
she is. I saw her open up like a powder compact.
Yeah, and she like taps it. It's like, oh, it's empty. So she's hiding pills around her stuff.
Oh, goodness.
Well, we're staring down the barrel.
Now it looks like the doc is going to have to be honest with the friend. Let's see how well he takes the honesty. Let's see how this
So it's the man with the black glove,
Yep.
Oscar Goldman, standing on the deck with the doc. What do they say to each other?
Akers asked me to refill this prescription this morning.
God.
And now she's watching from above.
Well, tranquilizers are easy to become dependent on, and in my opinion...
I wrote this prescription for long after the accident.
Hi, can I help you?
I have an appointment with the doctor.
Oh, the doctor isn't in right now, and he didn't mention any appointments this afternoon.
I'm early. I'll just wait in the examination room.
Oh, she's going into the cabinet.
Yes,
It's locked. She can't open it.
Of course it's a lock.
Shit.
Did she think she was just going to go up to a cabinet and be able to open up the door that's filled with
She
pills?
was throttling the handle, and the pills inside were falling all over.
Girl, you got to have a plan when you go in there. You needed to have like a bobby pin in your hand. You needed to like know what you were doing. Wow. And also, you guys, where did that nurse come from?
Little blonde nurse.
When did Doc get a full-time nurse?
Great question.
I feel like there's been a nurse like very infrequently in a couple episodes. Like she's like a background character. But I didn't like how she was a small blonde woman.
Right. They are all small blonde women.
Young blonde woman.
Yeah.
Well, like just with the doc in particular.
Ugh.
That's what makes me uncomfortable, but that's not like the highlight of the scene. That's just like an on top of what's already
everything else that's happening.
Yeah.
And also, like, as a proper nurse, you don't just let somebody go into the doctor's room unattended. Like, you have them sit in the waiting room.
She just broke right in. I mean, she violently pushed past the nurse and
she said, no, I have an appointment.
Where does this go?
But wait, can I ask one quick question? Did the doctor without the hand, did he tell our doc that he was the one that had written the prescription for his wife? Okay.
He's the one that writes the prescriptions for her.
Okay.
I bet there's some
He's keeping her loaded.
I bet there's some pages in his prescription book that come missing from time
and
to time.
tranquilizers aren't that fun, so I don't know what she's doing.
I don't feel very well.
What's the matter? Lorna,
It hurts.
can you walk?
I mean, she can't walk.
Well,
she's in bed.
Your wife is suffering from withdrawal.
Of course she is.
Withdrawal. You mean that she's addicted to diazepam?
You're gonna be just fine, Miss
Out of
Akers.
van.
Diazepam. Is that what it is?
I didn't realize. She said they helped her.
She must have been
You're a
boosting the
fucking
dosage
doctor.
substantially to be effective like this.
Well, I should have been able to see it. I'm a doctor, aren't I?
Wow.
Why is he, the doctor, not taking care of his wife if he is a doctor and letting the doc take care of his
How's he missing this? Because he's too wrapped up in his own self-pity.
Yeah, he is too wrapped up in his own self-pity.
Oh, boy.
This is still just so weird to me that the doc is allowed to go into people's rooms, like their cabins when they're like in bed, like basically undressed.
Well, in this instance, what we see, probably just the one-armed doctor probably let him in. But we have seen other instances where like the doc is like helping someone to their cabin.
Yeah.
And it makes me worried that he might have like a master key.
Of course he does. He would.
If not a master key, then they just like the patients or the people on the boat just let him in. Which also
Caleb, I like this master key idea.
I never
even thought about that. That's totally true.
Whatever
and
episode
scary.
we're on, it's taken this many episodes, almost 40 or maybe 40 episodes before we realize that staff crew, the upper echelon, must have a master key. And if they don't, certainly the captain does, and they all have access to it.
All have access.
And then you get a few drinks in the dock, and we've seen him drunk.
Yep, we have seen Doc drunk.
He gets that master key. No lady is safe.
And let me just say one thing. Speaking of master keys, I feel like maids normally have them. I have not seen one person on this show as a cleanup crew person yet. I have not seen one maid, one person coming into a room. I haven't seen any of that.
I think I don't know if there's been a clip, but watching each episode, I'm pretty sure there's been again very small handful of times, just like the doc's nurse, where you see like the laundry basket or whatever, and like they wheel around to put all like the dirty blankets in.
I just haven't been seeing that.
I gotta tell you, there was a maid in episode 1, season 2.
Thank you for letting me know.
She just was sort of the vessel of connecting the story. So I guess from time to time, they're just not part of the story, so we don't see them on this. But all that said, we're in the last clip, and it's the doc with the man with one hand or one black glove and the woman behind him in bed.
But I was a doctor. Guess I'm not much of anything anymore. You know what it feels like to wake up in a hospital room and find out that your life is over? Well, I do. I'm about as useful as an airplane with one wing.
Read the room, guy.
This guy.
Read the room.
His wife is dying from withdrawals
All
or
right.
bad shape.
Because she can't handle life with him because he's a pity fucker. And he's acting like he lost his legs. Like he could still do so many. He's missing a hand.
I'm going to call him out on bad acting alert.
Couldn't you still be a consultant doctor? Like, couldn't you just still be like someone that consults? I mean, there are so many things this man could do.
So I do remember how that's the storyline wraps up. And so he does say like he's been writing the prescriptions and he's kind of just lost track about how many he gives her, which is why she's addicted to it and she's now having withdrawals. And then at the end, it kind of, that moment like scares him and he has a change of heart. And he ends up being like, like the doc early in the episode was like, you should like write a book. You should do something. Like you were one of the best like medical like experts in the field. Like you should be like sharing your knowledge. And of course his self-pity was, he just like bashed on the doc being like, no, that's a stupid idea. You're dumb. Why don't you go floozy up? I don't know. Just like that kind of crap. And then at the end, after he's had the change of heart and the wife is feeling better, he goes, I will write a book. I will share my knowledge. And
then I could hear him say in the back of my mind, how am I supposed to write with one arm?
Right.
Yeah.
He'll just be a very slow typer.
Wow. And like I said a moment ago, kind of a bad acting alert.
Yeah.
Very affected kind of an acting thing. It's written badly, too.
And also, let me just say, he kept saying, I used to be a doctor. Mother, if you're still writing prescriptions, I think you're a doctor. Right?
Well,
Controlled
then
substance.
Then that just opens up a whole other like can of worms, because if he used to be a doctor and he's like no longer practicing and he's still writing prescriptions, is that not illegal?
Completely.
Is that
100%.
not a crime?
Yeah.
Good. Crime Cruise. You nailed it. Run this last one.
Yeah.
Boom.
And by the way, when I sometimes see the bad acting on this show, I think to myself, what would Matthew McConaughey do in that role? Man, he'd be just chewing scenery and, man, I'm a doctor. Just one. I just love to see that. That's just me. Well, all right. I think, are we at the last clip here? It looks like there's a little nub of a clip. 3, 2.
Captain Stupid, I'm saving a dance just for you.
Thanks for the warning.
Oh, God.
Whoa.
What a dick. Okay, what our viewers did not see is that a larger female that was older just came up to the captain and was like, I saved a dance for you. And he literally like rolled his eyes and was like, poof. Thanks for the warning. Are you going to sit on me? Like, what the hell?
And he looked at the camera and started to a spit take, too. Like,
and poor Julie's just in the background, like, ding-da-ding-da-ding-da-ding-da-dong. Oh, my gosh. Thanks for the warning. Go f*** yourself.
That was a captain clip, Charlotte. Then.
Oh, my God. Well, rightfully so. It's our captain clip. What a scumbag.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mentioned this a couple of episodes back. There was a woman that was not super skinny, and she was the butt of very similar jokes, very jovial personality. And I remember telling Charlotte, hey, that woman is actually like the house mother that takes care of the dudes on
2.5 Men.
2.5 Men.
She plays Birdie, I think is her name.
Right, that is her name.
Yeah.
And she's done a shit ton of other great roles in classic movies and stuff. So always a fan of seeing actors from the Love Boat move forward. And this is another fat shaming just to cap off this episode.
Where would we be without fat shaming at the end of an episode of
Season 2 is a free-for-all.
It is. They have no idea what the hell they're doing. They're all over the place.
Yeah. I didn't think we need to know.
They're just still throwing spaghetti at the wall. See what sticks.
What happened with the two ladies with the
the boy
in the middle?
So I tried looking it up on like the synopsis, IMDb, and that still had no answers. So I'm sending it over to the listeners.
Okay, we'll find out.
Your homework, people.
If they want to find out what happens to the two girls and the fiance who's potentially cheating on the best friend, go watch Love Boat Season 2, Episode 20.
Okay.
Right. Second half of the season, Episode 20. All right, guys. Well,
awesome.
That's it, I think.
Woo-hoo.
Charlotte, how you doing?
I'm good.
All right.
That just, the doc, man.
I know. And then the captain, the two of them. The two of them
together.
It's always the two of them.
I didn't even see any Isaac. I miss Isaac.
Yeah, no
Hopefully-
Isaac. No Gopher, really.
I'm actually waiting for Ted Lang to give me a ring to say, hey, guys, I want to be a guest on your show.
We need him.
That'd be nice. All right, producer Caleb, what are you thinking over there in your corner of the woods?
Yeah, thank you guys all for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, share with a friend, and we'll see you all next week on the Love Boat.
We're sailing away, but we will be back with a new episode of Crime Cruise, Love Boat Exposed. Make sure to subscribe. We're on all your favorite podcast platforms. And connect with us at loveboatexposed.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure, but I have duties on the bridge. Good evening.